Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Isabella Young, and I'd like to thank all my subscribers and welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be able to share with you some of the natural beauty that I'm blessed to be immersed in, and some of the information that I'm receiving that I hope is of benefit to you. And what a hell of a time we're in right now, with this overload of information and fear and contradictory narratives and interpretations, and really is overwhelming. So my best offering remains the same, and that's that what we need most of all is to be connected to our higher self, God, source energy, whatever name you have for a higher power, infinite intelligence. That connection is essential at this time. You also need to be connected to nature and to each other. And our bodies crave the natural world, and we've been disconnected in many ways, especially over the last couple of years. So it really is essential to be connecting with nature and be in the natural environment as much as possible, as often as possible, every day if possible. And that's just can be done by going outside and looking up, looking at trees, looking at insects and birds flying and animals playing and children playing. You know, the natural world is just outside, and while it may have been covered up by concrete and buildings, it's still there. The wind is still blowing and the clouds are still moving overhead, even though sometimes they might be obscured, or maybe there's chemtrails. The point is, reconnection with the natural world is the only way to be fully empowered and protected at this time. Being connected to the earth is vital. Bare feet to earth daily. I know people think this is a new age bullshit or too easy or ineffective, but it's crucial. By being skin to earth, we're rebalanced physiologically, electromagnetically, and psychologically too. Uh, Blood pressure goes down, and we return to our natural state, a balanced state, and that's the way we stay healthy and we stay empowered. So being grounded is essential at this point in time. And the other thing that's really important is to be receiving light. That's really the most essential thing that we could be doing right now in order to make a contribution towards a better world, the freedom and future of humanity, the betterment of humankind, is to be as light-filled as we can be, because that uh, act of receiving light increases our individual light quotient and also the collective light quotient, so that we are no longer a species that lives in the darkness and in fear. We are becoming a species that is light-filled and lives with light and truth and harmony and unity and equality. So to receive light, that's also done with intention and by going outside. And just like a plant receives light and photosynthesizes, we receive light and metabolize light. And we also emit light. We are light beings. And we can optimize the amount of light that we receive by sun gazing, by receiving the light from the sun as it rises and as it sets. Very gently and slowly, this practice is life changing. It will bring in life force energy, it will activate DNA codes, it will begin healing at the deepest levels, it will start the youthing and the rejuvenating process of the body, because we have that ability to be able to recreate ourselves continuously. Sun gazing will repair like damaged eyes and wounds, and whatever it is that the body needs to heal physically will be expedited by sun gazing. It also will uh, allow us to see through the illusions of this earthly life and heal emotional wounds and learn what we need to learn. So instead of having to go to the therapist, week after week, or dredge up painful stuff, and it is important to heal wounds, and that does involve exploring what happened and the emotions that were generated, and then what was learned, and then what can be integrated moving forward. What I've come to understand is that by sun gazing, a lot of this stuff that we carry around from the past that causes us to act in ways that aren't for our highest good, by sun gazing, all that gets burnt off, all that dross, it gets burnt away, and what's left with, what's illuminated, is the true self. And I wish I'd started it years ago. I could have avoided a lot of pain and suffering. And I don't know how to stress it enough, but this is an essential daily practice at this point. It's part of, as important as eating organic foods or breathing clean air or detoxing. It's an essential daily practice. As like I said before, without which we cannot be fully empowered or protected, because that the sunlight is the ultimate source of information. It's the light of truth, the light of life, the light of love. And uh, we're really extremely disadvantaged if we don't receive that light. That light can also be received when the sun is at a other point than just above the horizon. That is something that needs to be worked up to if you're going to look at the sun when it's at a higher point. That takes a long time to build up to that level, because it is a powerful practice. But you can close your eyes and look at the sun and receive sunlight through your closed eyes, and that will stimulate the pineal gland. The pineal gland will also be stimulated with looking at moonlight, starlight, underwater light, which is the light that dolphins and whales and all underwater life receives. And then there's candlelight and firelight, and natural sources of light are what are going to serve us best at this time. In fact, natural sources of everything, anything that synthetic that we're eating, wearing, using, is really disempowering. It really is very beneficial to be using organic products, eating organic foods, wearing organic fibers, and immersing ourselves in a natural environment. And that will optimize physical health, mental health, spiritual well-being, and stand us in at our most powerful, so that we can withstand what's coming at us, because we are under attack. And in addition to having to defend ourselves from the myriad ways that we are being assaulted, psychologically, physically, spiritually, we also need to be able to be in a optimal place to envision and co-create new Earth. Because while we're taking our energy and attention away from the old paradigm and collapsing it, that is happening, it's equally as important to be focusing on visioning and taking practical steps to inhabit new Earth, to create a new world. And that's happening through each of us every moment, with every thought, word, action, and intention. And it's important to be cognizant of those two important roles that we have at this time, and that's ending the old paradigm, escaping the matrix of enslavement, and co-creating the earth and the future that we know is our birthright. That's our organic timeline, and that's one of ascension, and it's happening. There really isn't anyone can do about it, because the amount of photonic light that is here now is unprecedented. We are being flooded by the highest levels of light, and any opportunity that we can receive that light is going to move us faster through this time. So that is my best advice. Thank you so much for your time and for all you're doing to ensure the freedom and future of humanity. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for shining your light. And thank you for your love and support of me and my channel. I'm sending you all my love and light. Thank you.